you have to say, from his point of view, he's not at that moment thinking, I better not go and celebrate because I may get booked.
No.
He scored the win in the 96th minute. He's elated. Obviously, after he's thought, I shouldn't have done that. But I completely understand why he did it.
Yes.
Completely.
But the thing is, the referee's not allowed to give him any latitude, are they?
No, he's
not.
not
allowed
exactly.
to do it.
Exactly. So we're not blaming the referee at all. But I'm not blaming Raheem.
I'm saying I think that law.
The law is, we've said
we
it,
understand
since
why.
Since it came in, Richard, if he goes and celebrates in front of the Bournemouth fans and incites them, then I get it. But he was in amongst his own fans, and
but not only that.
But that's what it is.
I've seen a centre forward celebrate at Anfield in front of the Kop, and not particularly pleasantly led to subsequent charges of bringing the game into disrepute. That was an era ago, wasn't it?
Who was that?
Did you get 2 first half, did you?
Oh, was it me?
No, but how often, Richard, how often have we seen a defender going to make a tackle who's already been booked, and we say, why are you doing that? You've already been booked. But at that moment, he's not thinking about being booked. He thinks he can win the ball.
Yeah. See, if you go back to the goal, forget the celebration, forget the red card, forget everything. See if Bournemouth are really, really clued in. See when King makes a free kick, instead of having a go at the referee, stand in front of the ball. Stop the game, stop Manchester City playing
the ball.
a quick free kick.
Or kick it away. They've done that all afternoon. Yeah,
use your brain. You're 1-1 with 99
but
minutes.
as you say, you're not using your brain, are you? As John says, you're now in the realms of hanging on. You're not thinking. You just put your foot through it. It'd take a lot to have a really, like you two probably could. You would with those type of players. But I guess there's a lot of players there that are wrapped up in the moment. We're going to get a point here. We're seconds away.
Get back and
They don't think about it.
Get back and defend rather than stopping it. Get back.
Plenty to come yet this afternoon. Sorry, Paul. 2 of City's heroes this afternoon and waiting to talk to us.
Well, Vinny, Bernardo, congratulations.
Up for you, Vinny. He ran to the crowd, but we do understand that he's looking to protect his mate. So for the first time this season, team scoring first loses a football match in the English Premier League. This is that goal that Company was discussing.
And he says there's nothing that could be done about it.
Well, there was.
And you asked the question whether in the dressing room the players will be having them. You can see even Vincent Company, who probably would have put his body in the line, he's that type of a player. He hasn't, said that Danilo shouldn't have turned his back because this is obviously a feature of modern football. You have to say, still, it is a fantastic strike.
Brilliant goal. Yeah, let's take nothing away from Charlie Daniels. It was just wonderful. And in fairness, they had started really well. For that 10 minutes, they were bright. City looked like a side that had made 4 changes and 3 or 4 other players hadn't played in this league before. But they began to get more control.
That's one of those that if it goes over the stand, we're all asking, what do you think you're doing? But
it's a brilliant equaliser. It's a great pass. In the run, he's not broke his stride. As Andy says, if you look at his movement, Aki can't see him. He's went from behind.
Again, Bournemouth get caught here, don't they? It's a feature of City's play today, these quick free kicks.
I just think this game, as much as they won, I think this game was made for Sergio Aguero. You're going to dominate possession, you're going to get the ball, they're going to defend deep, you need and of course Jesus is a good penalty box player, don't get me wrong. However, I just felt that had Aguero started, I think it would have been more comfortable for them.
Well, John and Paul are taking a break. They'll be back with us when Manchester United play at home to Leicester later. Andy and myself will steer us through the rest of the afternoon. There are 4 games upcoming. Newcastle against West Ham, one of them. Huddersfield are playing again, having won 2 so far. What have Palace got? Team news and more on the way. For the first time, it's great to have your company. Tell your mates now you've found us. This is the biggest football show on the planet. Upcoming 4 more live English Premier League games. We're watching Newcastle here play West Ham. Goals from Palace, Huddersfield and Watford as they go in, and hopefully reaction from Bournemouth in just a moment. But let's get to Newcastle.